What is up, YouTube fam? Welcome back to All Hands On. So today we're doing a little bit of more maintenance type video. We're not really going to be doing anything crazy to the Blazer today. Actually, we've done a little bit of maintenance to, we're doing a little bit of maintenance to my dad's truck. My dad also bought a Ford Fiesta, like a 2013 Ford Fiesta. We did the oil change and spark plugs on that. Didn't record any of that, but I'm going to go ahead and start recording now what we're doing to the Ford. And we also have parts that are going on the Blazer. So I'm going to record that now and I'm going to flip you guys around, okay? So this is what we have for the Ford. We have the oil filter kit. Not kit, it's just an oil filter. We have the, wow, that just launched itself. We have the fuel filters that we're going to do. And then this is all for the Blazer, spark plug wires, ignition coil, cap, rotor, spark plugs. All new parts. Just do a little tune-up on the Blazer. She feels really sluggish when the AC is on. I don't like it. Thought maybe it was the fuel pump. Still might be, but we're gonna do a tune-up because it didn't cost too much on it and just see where it goes from there. Right now, what I'm actually doing to the Ford is doing a coolant flush. No, I'm not just letting coolant out the bottom of that truck. This thing, when we first got it, had no coolant in it, and I bought it during the summertime, so we never put any in it. I did do a coolant flush with distilled water, so it has just been running distilled water in it for the past 7 months. And so now today was our first morning where it was like below 30, and nothing happened to the truck, thank God. But we are gonna just drain out the water that's in it right now. So it's just water coming out, guys, okay? I am not hurting the environment. This is pure water. It was distilled water, actually, but it is coming out red because I think the radiator is original. I'm 90% sure the oil cooler is original, so it probably has a bunch of gunk in the coolant system. So I already did the 2 main flushes before this. I'm on distilled water right now. Just drained that. I got 3 more gallons inside the house. Gonna add more distilled water. Fire it up, run it, and then when we get back, we will be adding the coolant for the last time, and that'll be it. Then the coolant system should be winterized for the winter time. This is a 6.0. I know they're not very reliable. They're not known for being reliable, but this thing has 379,000 miles and still runs like a top. She's got a tune with an SCTX4 tune on it. It's just the economy tune. Get a little bit better power, a little bit better fuel economy. And we haven't done filters since we bought the truck because when I bought it and I checked the oil was brand new. I pulled the filters out. The filters are all brand new, but that was about 6-7 months ago. And this isn't a daily. We don't drive it a whole lot other than to tow. Every once in a while, I'll take it with the family. But it's been a really good, reliable vehicle. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of it because we're probably going to keep it through the winter unless I buy another diesel. And then she'll be up in the chop block. But for now, she does great. She pulls great. She runs great. So I'm going to do a little bit of maintenance, maintain this good old truck. And yeah, so that's what we're going to do now. All right, so funny thing. Last night we had the freeze, right? It got like below 30 and I left the distilled water in the back of this truck. So right now I'm waiting for it to warm up because I already warmed up the truck, and it's the last 3 gallons that are going in before we do the coolant, which is also warming up over there in the sun. So while we're here, we're doing the oil change, we're doing the fuel filters. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the oil, do the filter, do the top side filter, crawl under, drain the oil, and do the bottom side filter. And that way, by the time we do our last coolant, everything will already be done. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. That's not it. Have to find a socket that fits that. This is just 3/4 or a 1/2 inch. So I'm gonna use my breaker bar to get that off real quick. Now, when you do the filters on these trucks, specifically the 6.0, you wanna go Motorcraft. Motorcraft everything is the way to go on these engines. It comes with the seal that goes around the top of this and the seal that goes on the bigger one. This one goes underneath. This is a fuel water separator. This is the actual fuel filter, and as you can see, it's It's pretty dirty. It's not as dirty as I honestly thought. Sometimes you pull these out and they're like black. So it's dirty. It's due for a change. I expect the bottom one to be a lot nastier because of that. It's a fuel water separator, but it also has filtration. I think the microns are less on that one than they are on this one, and that's why that one's considered a fuel water separator and this one's a filter. So we're gonna go ahead and put this on, and then we'll get the oil filter put in, and then we'll start doing the bottom stuff. So let's do that now. Okay, so the oil is refilling it with oil, already drained it. Drain plugs back in, oil filter's done, top fuel filter's done. So once we get it full of oil, we'll put the other filter on the bottom in, and then we will fill it back up with coolant. Or actually, we'll do one more run of distilled water and then drain it one more time and then put coolant in it, and then we'll be done winterizing the truck. So quick, easy way to get this truck winterized and just leave it ready so that she starts up every day that winter's here, because she does have some glow plugs that are bad. So I just want to make it as easy for the truck to start as possible, especially because here lately when it's been cold and we started, it really kind of feels sluggish. And I don't know if it's the starter, the batteries, or maybe it's just she's struggling to start because filters were dirty. But we're going to find out after this for sure. If she starts up pretty easy after this, then chances are that's what she needed. So let's get this finished up. All right, I have one more gallon of that to put in there, but I'm going to show you guys how to get to this filter. So this is the IPR socket that goes in the back of the turbo back there. You can actually use this. It's the same size that you need to get the filter cap off of the bottom filter on this one that goes underneath the truck. This filter is going to be under the driver's side on the frame rail. I'll show you guys real quick. Hold on one second. Okay, so here it is. It's actually on a two-wheel drive. It's like super easy to get to. There's nothing in the way. Usually on a four-wheel drive, I have to drop the drive shaft from this side, let it hang, and then get to it. And some of this stuff kind of gets in the way, but with this socket, you should be able, yeah, fits on there perfectly. Looks like nobody's boogered this up. Sometimes they're boogered up and you need to order another one. Order it, because once it's stripped, it's a pain in the ass. Now, so that you don't make a complete mess, you can actually drain this right here. It has a drain valve. It's an Allen head. I don't know what size, but it has an Allen right here. Let this drain before you take it off. Otherwise, the diesel will run. It'll come this way and it'll start dripping. Hold on, let me back up. The diesel will go on this frame. It'll run. It'll start dripping right on your chest. Ask me how I know. Have some diesel soaked clothes that will tell you. It's barely like, what, 9 o'clock. I'm already tired. But let's go ahead and change out this filter. I'm going to go get an Allen so I can drain it real quick. I don't make too big of a mess. And then we will get this filter changed out, get that last gallon of oil in, and the truck will be ready to start once we put some more distilled water in it. We'll take it on one more run, drain it one more time, and then fill it up with coolant, and we should be done winterizing the F250. Let's do it. All right, there it is. It's draining all of the water. Really, that's the water drain, because this is a water separator system. So that is just the water drain. It's something you can do if you think you got some really bad gas and you drained your fuel tank. You can drain this, replace the filter, and that should drain this out so it doesn't make too big a mess whenever I pull the filter out. So once that's done draining, we'll swap the filter out and ready to go. Also, it is this one is a, what is it? I can't freaking see. It doesn't say. HW6? What the hell? Okay, I don't know what that is. I'm sorry, but yeah. All right, once that's done draining, we'll go ahead and get the filter out. So let's do that. Okay, it's showing full, but I'm pretty sure it's not. So we're gonna go get the distilled water, fill her back up, turn her on, let her get all the oil everywhere she needs, let the fuel get through the system, and then we'll just go run her. And then we'll turn her off, check the oil again, fill her up to full mark, and then take her for another run, drain one more time, and then add coolant, and we'll be done. All right, so once you do something like that to a truck with the 6.0, what you want to do is you want to prime everything. So I've already done this twice, but I'm going to show y'all exactly what I'm doing. So turn the key off, turn the key to the ignition on, let the injectors do their thing, let the filters get pre-filled. This is priming the system. The fuel pump's going to run for a little while. It's going to fill up the filters real good. I've already done this twice, so this is my third time doing it. A lot of guys say to do it like 5 or 6 times. Some guys will just keep priming for like 10-15 minutes. Just prime. I've had really good luck with just doing it about 3 times and then just firing her right up. Now, she's not full of oil, I know that, but she's marking full, so I'm going to turn her on for maybe about 3 seconds to let the pump push that oil into the filter, into the oil cooler, all the passageways it needs to go. That should drop the level of the oil to where I can fill it the rest of the way, and then we will be done winterizing. Other than doing the coolant, we still haven't finished the coolant, but filters and oil, she'll be ready to roll. 2, 3, 4. She fired right up. So we're gonna go ahead and check the oil level now, and then we'll finish filling. Okay, it is officially the next day. I didn't get to finish out this video, but we just put in the last bit of the coolant, filled her back up. We're gonna go ahead and take her for another test drive, and she should be done. If you're wondering why this is off, it's because this thing's a pain in the ass to get off with this on there. And there's plenty of cold air getting in there, so I'm not worried about it. But that is it, you guys. We did the update on this. Next, I'll probably be recording a video on the tune-up for the Blazer. I don't know if we're doing that today. It's pretty cold outside. It's pretty nasty. So I'm going to go ahead and fire this baby up and then run to the store because I got to go get something. All right, that is it, you guys. Thanks for watching. Deuces.